All right, so get ready, because we're diving deep today
Diving deep.
into some seriously mind-bending stuff about identity and awareness.
Hmm.
You know that YouTube video you sent over, You Believe What You Think You Are, by David Parrish?
Right, yeah.
We're going to unpack that together today.
Cool.
Yeah. David Parrish, for anyone who doesn't know, he's a spiritual teacher who explores the nature of reality and self-discovery.
Self-discovery, yeah.
And the central question that he explores is, who are we? Beyond all of the illusions that we create about ourselves.
You know what I think is really interesting about Parrish's approach?
What's that?
Is he challenges us to look at the very understanding of self.
Oh, okay.
He's saying that the self that we cling to, the one tied to our personality and our ego, it isn't actually who we are.
Really?
It's more like a mirage.
Ooh, I like
Something that appears real but ultimately dissolves upon closer inspection.
Oh, that's such a good analogy, a mirage.
Oh,
and I feel like that really helps me understand, because Parrish is saying that just like a mirage in the desert,
Yeah.
our sense of self, it can seem solid and real,
Right.
but then when we really examine it,
Yeah.
it starts to crumble.
It does.
So it makes you wonder if we're all just walking around in this
Yeah.
sort of self-created illusion.
Exactly. And, that can be a pretty unsettling realization for a lot of people.
I can imagine.
Because if we let go of this idea that we are our personality,
Yeah.
we are our thoughts, we are our experiences.
You say, who are we?
Who are we? And that's where Parrish proposes a fascinating alternative.
Okay.
He says awareness.
Okay.
Awareness is our fundamental nature.
Okay.
It's something that is unchanging and it's unaffected by the limitations of space and time.
Okay. So maybe we need to break down that word awareness a little more.
Sure.
Because, it's not a word that we use every day.
Right.
So in this context, what does awareness actually mean?
I think a good way to think about it is it's that part of you that's observing your thoughts and your feelings.
Okay.
It's like a silent witness to your experiences. It's the part that's always there, even when your thoughts and emotions are swirling around you like a storm. Parrish uses this really powerful quote. He says, the only thing that's not changing, that allows you to see change, is the awareness which is not moving.
Oh, wow. That's powerful.
Yeah.
So is he saying that beneath all of the surface level fluctuations of our personality, there's this deeper, unchanging awareness at our core?
At our core.
So it's like we're mistaking the waves for the ocean.
Yes, precisely. And Parrish actually even compares our everyday experience to a dreaming state.
A dreaming state.
When we dream,
Yeah.
we're so immersed in that reality we think it's totally real.
Totally.
But when we wake up, we realize it was all just a projection of our mind.
Right.
He's saying identifying with our personality keeps us dreaming even while we're awake.
So even when we're going about our daily lives, we're still sort of trapped in this dream of who we think we are.
Yeah.
That's unsettling.
It can be unsettling,
Yeah.
but it also presents a remarkable opportunity.
Okay.
Because Parrish says we have two possibilities.
Okay.
We can remain asleep, caught in that illusion of our personality, or we can awaken to our true nature as awareness. It's like choosing which path we want to take, which reality we want to inhabit.
So it's not just about understanding this intellectually.
No,
It's
It's about making a choice to shift our perspective, to see ourselves and the world through a totally different lens.
Right, and Parrish talks about how our thinking, which is shaped by our survival instincts, often equates well-being with external factors, like relationships, security, happiness. So it's like we're constantly chasing after something outside of ourselves, thinking that once we achieve that thing,
then we'll be happy.
then we'll finally be happy.
Right.
But of course, that rarely actually works out.
Yeah. And he has a good point about that.
What's that?
He points to this really profound realization.
Okay.
He says, oh, I'm already there. Oh, I'm already happy. I'm already peaceful. I'm already content.
That's radical.
It is.
It's suggesting that true well-being isn't something that we need to acquire,
Yeah.
but it's a state we already possess.
We already possess it.
But if that's true, then how do we access this inner peace?
Right.
How do we break free from this constant striving and seeking that seems so ingrained in us? It's like we're wired for it.
We are. And well, that's where Parrish introduces the practice of meditation.
Oh, okay.
He suggests that meditation is a powerful tool for disentangling from the personality and directly experiencing our true nature as awareness.
I've tried meditation before.
Yeah.
But I always struggle to quiet my mind. It feels like my thoughts just won't stop.
That's a very common experience.
Really?
Especially in our modern world. The mind is constantly bombarded with stimuli. It's like a wild horse that's never been trained.
Oh.
But meditation is the practice of gently, patiently taming that wild horse.
So it's not about, like, forcing our minds to be silent?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating a different relationship with our thoughts. Instead of getting caught up in them, we learn to observe them without judgment, allowing them to come and go, like clouds passing through the sky.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like creating some space.
Exactly.
Between ourselves and our thoughts.
Yes.
So we're not so identified with them.
Exactly.
And Parrish emphasizes that meditation takes persistence.
Yeah.
It's not a quick fix.
No, it's not.
But a lifelong practice.
It is a lifelong practice.
He even compares it to a monk taking a vow.
Yeah.
Acknowledging the dedication and the commitment it requires.
It does require dedication.
So how do we actually apply this concept of awareness to our daily lives outside of our meditation practice?
Right.
I mean, life can be pretty chaotic, right?
Life is chaotic. And that's where Parrish's idea of growing up after waking up comes in.
Growing up after waking up.
Yeah. He's suggesting that once we've glimpsed our true nature as awareness, the real work begins.
Oh, so it's not just about
No.
having this, like, aha moment of realization. Right. There's a whole process of integration that follows.
Absolutely. And a big part of that is learning to maintain equanimity.
Okay.
Particularly when faced with challenges.
Yeah.
Life throws all sorts of curveballs our way.
Oh, yeah.
Relationships, work, health,
yeah,
global event.
all of it.
It's easy to get swept away by the drama of it all.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
My mind can just, like, spin out of control sometimes.
Of course.
Especially when things aren't going my way.
But Parrish reminds us that we're not our thoughts or emotions.
Okay.
We're the awareness that observes them. He uses this really striking phrase. He says, "You're not crazy, you're aware of the crazy mind."
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so reassuring to remember that we have this capacity to step back from the chaos of our minds and observe it from a place of peace.
That's the essence of equanimity.
Equanimity.
To be able to remain centered and grounded even amidst the storms of life.
Well, this reminds me of that analogy we talked about earlier about observing a storm from a safe distance. You can see the wind and the rain raging.
Yeah.
But we're not swept away by it.
We're not in it.
Yeah.
We're observing it.
Exactly.
And the more we practice this, the more we weaken the grip of those reactive patterns that keep us feeling like we're at the mercy of our emotions.
So it's like we're building a muscle.
Yeah.
A muscle of awareness and equanimity.
Exactly.
That allows us to navigate life's challenges with more grace and resilience.
More skillfully. And Parrish emphasizes this isn't about denying or suppressing our emotions.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing them, allowing them to be there.
Yeah.
But not letting them control us.
So it's about responding.
And responding rather than reacting.
Rather than reacting.
Yes.
Choosing how we want to show up in the world.
Yeah.
Even when things feel really difficult.
Exactly. And Parrish also cautions against becoming too attached to the idea of waking up.
Oh, interesting.
Or feeling superior to others who haven't had this realization.
Yeah, yeah.
He warns against becoming a missionary for awakening.
That makes sense because, like, nobody likes to be preached at, right?
No one likes to be preached at.
Especially when it comes to something as personal as spiritual growth, it can feel really alienating.
He suggests that the most powerful way to share this understanding is to embody it in our own lives.
Okay.
To live with integrity, compassion, and authenticity.
So it's not about convincing others that we're right.
It's about being a living example.
Being a living example.
Of the peace and freedom that comes from living in alignment with our true nature.
And that can inspire others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery without feeling pressured or judged.
Without feeling like they're doing something wrong.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. It's like planting seeds of awareness.
Yes.
Rather than trying to force them to grow.
Exactly.
It's interesting how Parrish emphasizes that it's not enough to just grasp these concepts intellectually.
Right.
It's about embodying them.
Yes.
Putting them into practice.
Living
in our everyday lives.
Yeah, he uses a powerful metaphor to illustrate this point.
Okay.
Imagine trying to explain the concept of waking up to someone deeply identified with their personality.
Right.
It can backfire spectacularly.
How so?
They might become defensive.
Okay.
They might double down on their beliefs, or even criticize you for not being perfect yourself.
Oh, so it's like saying you should meditate and be enlightened.
Right.
But then they point out all your flaws and inconsistencies.
Yeah, exactly. A bit hypocritical.
Yeah, a little bit.
So instead of trying to convert others, Parrish suggests focusing on our own practice and embodying the teachings. He compares it to a monk taking a vow, dedicating their life to spiritual growth.
So it's a serious commitment then.
It is a serious commitment.
Not just a casual interest, but like
a deep dedication.
Yeah, a deep dedication to self-transformation.
And he makes it clear that this isn't about becoming some emotionless robot devoid of feelings or personality. It's about finding a balance between our inner and outer worlds, our spiritual and material lives.
So we're not striving for some unattainable ideal of perfection.
Not at all. In fact, Parrish acknowledges that even experienced practitioners, people deeply committed to this path, can get pulled back into old patterns.
Oh, really?
You might have this incredible moment of clarity, feel incredibly free, and then something triggers you.
Yeah.
And you're right back where you started.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, it happens to all of us.
It's like, wait, I thought I was done with jealousy. Where did that come from?
Exactly.
It can be so frustrating to realize that we're not as evolved as we thought we were.
But Parrish suggests this is actually a crucial part of the process.
Oh, okay.
It's in those moments when we're challenged, when we stumble, that we have the opportunity to deepen our practice and strengthen our resolve.
So it's about embracing the imperfections, the setbacks as opportunities for growth.
Absolutely. And Parrish emphasizes that meditation is key to navigating these ups and downs. It's about training the mind to be more aware.
More present.
Less
reactive.
He talks about how meditation helps to weaken the system.
Right, weaken the system.
Meaning those habitual patterns of thinking and reacting that keep us trapped.
Trapped in the illusion of self.
It's like we're slowly rewiring our brains for peace and freedom.
So to really integrate these teachings, we need to commit to the practice.
We do.
To show up for ourselves day after day, even when it feels really challenging.
It is. And as we cultivate awareness, as we weaken the grip of those reactive patterns, we naturally become more compassionate, more understanding, and more connected to others.
It's like a ripple effect.
It is.
The more we work on ourselves, the more we're able to contribute to a more peaceful and harmonious world.
And Parrish leaves us with a really powerful question.
Okay, what is it?
He says, what changes in your life if you fully embrace the idea that you are already whole and complete, just as you are?
Wow, what a thought-provoking question.
Yeah.
What if we stop chasing after happiness and fulfillment?
Realizing that they're already within us.
Right.
What if we stop trying to fix ourselves?
And
simply accepted ourselves as we are?
Just as we are.
What if we embrace the present moment, imperfections and all?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And allowed ourselves to simply be.
It's a radical idea.
It is.
But perhaps it holds the key to unlocking a deeper level of peace, joy, and connection.
Well, there you have it.
That's our deep dive.
Our deep dive into David Parrish's insightful teachings on awakening.
We explored a lot today.
We did. We explored the illusion of self.
Yes.
The power of awareness.
The practice of meditation.
The importance of living a balanced and compassionate life.
Absolutely.
We hope this deep dive has sparked some new insights.
I hope so.
And inspired you to continue exploring your own journey of self-discovery.
It's a journey worth taking.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time.
Keep diving deep.
Deep diving deep.
Ooh.